So Scott, Dilbert, you decided you were working at Pacific Bell and you were kind of pushing paper and doing a bunch of different stuff. You had a financial background, you had an MBA, but you really had this creative talent. And so you start sketching and Dilbert was born. And I'm sure I don't know if you knew back then about the power of positive thinking, but one of the reframes is change your thinking from, I would like to do this, I have a goal of doing this, to I will do this. Like this is happening, more definitive. And you had that thinking around Dilbert. And how long before you first started sketching it and thinking about it to when it was one of the most successful comic strips in the world? It was in 200 plus newspapers. Like what was that time frame?
Well, in 1989, it launched, and Dilbert had a job, but it was not a workplace comic. It was sort of generic stuff at home, and he would hang out with his dog Bert and stuff. But sometimes he would be in the office. So as time went by, more and more he would be in the office, and people would write to me on email, which was brand new then. And they would say, I don't have anybody else to write to on email because I just got email and you're the only person I know, but I thought I'd give you this advice. That's actually what most of the email was. It was email was so new that they saw my address between the panels of the strip and they thought, well, I finally found somebody I can email. So they would email me and they would say, we love it when Dilbert's in the office, but we kind of like it when he's home, but we love it when he's in the office. So I thought, I'll put him in the office more. So I started putting him in the office and things started to take off. But what really mattered was when I wrote the book called The Dilbert Principle. And that really was one of the big things that launched it. But the reason I wrote that, and this is another good reframe, if you're trying to figure out what things you're doing that might take off, what is a good idea, but you don't know yet, you want to know early if it's going to work out. People would email me and they'd say, we took your comics and I cut them out and I organized them by topic, like these about marketing and these about sales and these about engineering. And I created a binder. So I created my own book. And I thought, well, that's a pretty weird thing to do. And then somebody else would write me and tell me that they had also created a book of my comics or organized by. So I thought, well, I did go to business school, and this is like a little flag telling me something. Maybe I should write a book. So I wrote a book. It was a #1 bestseller. So the way that you can tell that something's going to work is if they take your product in its terrible form, and the early versions of the comic were not very good, and they extend it. So in this case, they extended it to make their own book. That is a guarantee that you've got something that'll work. With my current book, Reframe Your Brain, people are buying 10 copies, 5 copies. People have asked if they can already turn it into a different form. People have asked if they can use AI to create a different version of it. So that's almost a guarantee of success that people want to extend it in some way.
A tree branch hit a power line in Ohio, 2003, and it shut down 21 power plants. Around 100 people died. We have a power grid that was designed in the 1800s. Even the White House sees it. They're saying 2/3 of the grid are at least 25 years old. So they recently announced billions of dollars to update it. And how long will that actually take? That is why having your own solar power may be more important than ever. With the Patriot Power Generator, you get a solar generator that does not install into your house because it's portable, but it's still powerful enough for your phones, your medical devices, even your refrigerator. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com and use the code MK to get 10% off your first purchase on anything in the store, including this power generator, Patriot Power Generator. You're also going to get their famous guarantee for an entire year after your order, plus free shipping on orders over $97. And a portion of every sale is donated to charities that support our veterans and their families. Okay, so go to 4patriots.com. Use code MK to get 10% off. 4patriots.com. Use code MK to get yours today. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.